You've probably noticed, but there's a real chill in the air at the moment, an Arctic chill, if you will. But actually, if we track back and look at the original source of the air, and well, it's coming from near Siberia and then crossing over the Arctic, heading towards the UK. So we have very cold air moving across a very cold area and then coming towards us. No wonder there's such a chill around at the moment. As well as this, we do have a front that's making its way southeastwards as we go through Tuesday. So that's going to bring some wet weather across much of Scotland, some showery bursts of rain across parts of Northern Ireland, and rain as well pushing into northern and western parts of England and Wales. And with that cold air we have across us, no wonder we are going to see some sleet and snow mixed in with that as well. Over northern England, really anything wintry is going to be confined just to the very highest ground. But across Scotland, well, we could see snow on Tuesday to slightly lower levels. We're talking a bit of wet snow to above around 150 metres, maybe a few centimetres of snow accumulating here, and above 400 metres we could see maybe 5 to 10 centimetres, so a fairly substantial amount. And even elsewhere, watch out for some icy patches through Tuesday as well. Could be some difficult slippery conditions for sure. Temperatures are on the low side for many, particularly towards the north, a few degrees below average for the time of year, closer to normal further south, but worth noting it is going to be markedly colder than it was this time last week. There is an area of low pressure that's pushing its way southwards as we go through Tuesday night and into Wednesday, and that's bringing the focus for that burst of showery rain with a bit of sleet, a bit of hill snow mixed in, but a lot of that is going to be clearing away towards the south as we go through the morning. I'm not sure how much wintry stuff we're going to see across southern areas, mostly just falling as rain. Then once that clears away, we just have this brisk northerly wind that's piling down, the Arctic air coming through, and because of the direction that that wind is coming from, it's really pivotal to where we see further showery bursts of rain, sleet and snow. So yes, northern parts of Scotland seeing plenty, and also down the eastern side of England and eastern Scotland as well, plenty of these rain, sleet and snow showers. The chance of anything wintry around the coast, probably immediate coast, just seeing some rain, but you don't need to go too far inland to see something in the form of sleet or snow over modest higher ground. And even some showers across the western side of the UK as well, feeding down on that northerly wind. So some showers for parts of Northern Ireland, could be a bit of sleet and snow over the high ground here, and also down the western side of Wales, maybe a bit of a Pembrokeshire dangler, feeding some showers into parts of Cornwall as well. Can't rule out a little bit of sleet and snow as well. More central inland areas away from those places that I just mentioned, likely to stay mostly dry with the best of the sunshine towards the west, but a cold feel for sure. Temperatures for many a couple of degrees down compared to Tuesday, so even across the south now turning colder than average for the time of year. And watch out for some brisk winds, particularly towards the west. Could be close to gales through both Wednesday and Thursday, so that will add to the cold feel for many places too. The low pressure system I mentioned earlier, that clears away towards the southeast as we go through later Wednesday and into Thursday, and then we stick with this cold northerly Arctic air that's piling its way across the whole country. And so again, with the direction of the wind, we're going to see those rain, sleet, snow showers falling in similar places really to Wednesday. So northern parts of Scotland, yes, down the eastern side of the UK as well. The further north you are, the more likely that they're going to be falling as sleet and snow, and then some showers around some western parts as well. Again, best of the sunshine towards the west, the eastern half likely to stay largely cloudy, and that will add to the cold, chilly feel. Again, temperatures a few degrees below average for the time of year. Now, worth looking at the snow that's going to be accumulating as we go through Wednesday into Thursday. With the showers coming down from the north, no wonder, yes, across the northern half of Scotland, plenty of wintriness here. So we're looking at some snow building up around 15-20 centimetres perhaps over the highest ground, but also down the eastern side of northern England, some significant snow showers likely to build up over the North York Moors, for example. We could see some similarly high snow totals, so that could cause some disruption. But if we look ahead to Friday, and after a particularly chilly night, Thursday night into Friday, it's worth bearing in mind there's a frontal system coming in from the west, and that is going to bring some wet weather, but there's also milder air coming in behind it as well. What that means then, yes, Friday gets off to a particularly cold start, widespread harsh frost. There will be some frosts other times through this week, with temperatures in rural spots plunging into negative double figures, particularly across parts of Scotland. But I think perhaps the Thursday night night into Friday looks like it will be the coldest one for many through this week, but temperatures starting to rise from the west as this rain band pushes its way through. Nonetheless, yes, a cold, frosty start, but a bright one for many of us on Friday. However, in the west, turning cloudy, turning blustery, and rain sweeping its way in. Initially across Northern Ireland, but some of that rain feeding into western parts of Scotland, Wales and England as well, staying dry and brighter towards the east for that little bit longer, but the rain will push through here later on. Temperatures again on the low side, particularly towards the east, but as I mentioned, there is something a little bit milder coming in from the west. So as we go through later Friday, more so overnight Friday into Saturday, you're likely to see that rain pushing through. There may be something wintry as it hits against the cold air that will be across us, but not a huge amount compared to what we'll have seen earlier on in the week. And then as that rain pushes its way eastwards, there is more unsettled weather to come in from the west. So it does look like there will be further rain at times for many of us as we go through this weekend. As I mentioned though, there's also slightly milder air coming in, so temperatures are going to be rising too. Now, before I go, I did just want to highlight the number of warnings that we have out at the moment. There are a fair few of them. At the time of recording, this is what we have. A yellow ice warning across parts of northern and eastern Scotland as we go overnight Monday and into Tuesday. Again, an ice warning across southern parts of Scotland through Tuesday morning as well. Watch out for some slippery conditions. Could be difficult driving weather out there with the risk of those icy stretches. And then in terms of snow warnings, there's one across much of northern Scotland and on Tuesday, and that talks the potential for 5 to 10 centimetres above 400 metres or so. And then through the end of Tuesday, Wednesday and into Thursday, with those snow showers coming down from the north, the northern half of Scotland has a snow and ice warning which covers for the potential for 15 to 20 centimetres above 300 metres, and it's a similar story for those parts of northeast England where we see those showers coming through. Again, we could have some impacts from the wintry weather. Those warnings are likely to be updated as we get nearer the time, and so do stay on top of those. And for more information about the cold, the wintry weather, well, why don't you check out the deep dive which Aidan will be bringing to you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.